Hello, hello, and welcome. There we go. Take two. Welcome to Friday, the 17th of April. I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late, but I had to log fully out and log back in again. So I was saying earlier, it's weird because Starlink is supposed to be purely satellite. So therefore wind doesn't affect it, but it does. So and then I was also saying that I was watching Stefan Burns yesterday or the day before, and he did say that there was a massive solar um, energetic flare coming our way. So it could also be that. And when I was talking to Tessa yesterday, I was saying how Mercury retrograde are things at the moment. I don't know what it is. I mean, it could be Mercury moving towards Neptune does make things confusing. But I don't know. The current celestial weather is off its head, basically. So welcome. All right. So now this evening we do have the new moon at 9:51 p.m. That's Australian Eastern. So it is. I mean, the new moon is where there is no light. It's quiet. It's time for thinking and introspection. Where we're trying to feel into those. What are our new moon wish lists? What do they want to? What do we want? But in the last couple of days, I've been asking you, who are you now? What is it that this new version that is emerging actually wants? Write that down. And the only reason why I continue to say write it down is because it's probably the best way that you can clarify your thoughts. Like you write your exact thoughts and then you get to look at it outside. Step back, Aquarius, like detach emotionally and just look at what you've written. And is that still valid? Is it current? Is it your reality, or is it an old expression? And with all of these outer planets changing and society as a whole, like the earth is changing. Well, not so much the earth. I mean, the earth definitely gets affected by the geomagnetic and electrical environment of the universe. We are definitely receiving solar energy. We definitely receive the energy of the planets. That's how we are affected by it. Like, there's science, there's physics behind this. Right this minute, I cannot explain it because I'm like, I have to think about it a bit. But today, so this morning we had the moon, it's the sun conjunct Chiron. Now that was at 12:44 a.m. All right, so we were asleep. Northern Hemisphere, you were not. But in general, we're looking at the experiences of our past that have caused sensitivities, that has been a focus for us during our lives, that we then have endured, moved through and mastered. So then therefore we then become the guides and the leaders of those that are younger than us, or doesn't actually necessarily need to be younger than us. We could be having a Chiron experience that at any age, that our experience, when we hear other people talking about it, we can then go, oh, blah blah blah, like I survived that, I relate, I hear you, I see you, I empathize. You're not unusual, you belong. All right, so there's that Chiron. So all right, so 12:44 a.m. was Sun Chiron. Now the new moon is at 9:51 p.m., but the moon conjuncts Chiron at 8:30 p.m. So I mean there is sensitivity all throughout the day, but we also have, because there's many things happening today. Excuse me. So we have Mercury conjunct Neptune at 12 o'clock. That is at 2 degrees of Aries. And then bookmarking the other end, we have that Sun conjunct Chiron, which was at 26. So you can see the whole of Aries is engaged. Now, Aries is courage, bravery, it's youthful exuberance, it's warfare, it's Mars, it's adrenaline, it's blood pressure, our head, you know, at cerebral fluids, like it's so many things, but it's anger. It's it can be, there's Pluto involved today. All right. So Mars is also, that was Mercury, Neptune, confusion, You know, we're not quite sure what we're doing, like my conversation right now. A bit all over the place, a little bit fluid, you know, but it's Aries. Maybe we're getting pissed off at something that we really believe in. All right, next one, Mars sextile Pluto. Now, a sextile is an opportunity, it's a good thing, but it's Mars and Pluto. All right, so we could have a lot of feelings around today. There could be anger, there could be truth, there could be denial. All right, that just popped in to say the word denial. I don't know. If you're not having a good or a positive Chiron experience, maybe denial is there and you're getting like revved up about it. But so there's that Mars Pluto is at 4, oh, that was at 4 a.m. I'm sorry, that's already passed. But so we go Chiron, Mars, Pluto, and then Mercury, Neptune. All right, so anyway, you can see how many things are actually happening in this day. Now, and then at 7 p.m., we have Venus just starting her conjunction to Uranus. So throughout this whole day, you know, we're in this space where we're like, who am I? What do I want? You know, what do I need to let go of? All right, because Saturn and that south node are still connected. So when you have a look at the actual chart for today, there's like the planets are all where they are, but as far as the aspects go, it's Mars, Pluto, Saturn, South Node. That's it. They're the only things that are, I mean, yes, Mercury, Neptune, Mars, Saturn, and Neptune, sorry, Mercury, Neptune, Mars, Saturn, they're all there. But that's that Saturn South Node, all right? So it's a pretty hard day. It's a pretty hard day, but it's a valuable day. Let me just click the button to see who's here because I'm really not flowing wordy today. Good morning, Daniel. Oh my gosh, I love you, baby. There you go. Oh my God. Oh, Heather, Alicia, how are you? So nice to see you. Hello, Christy. Good morning, Kath. I hope you're feeling better. Good morning, Louise. Here, cheers. Here, cheers, cuppa. Mm-mm. Helen, hello. Karen, I hope you're feeling better too and your neck is not so stiff. Hello, Sam. How are you? Good morning, Susan. How are you? And good morning, Sally. You made it to the today, not yesterday. Facebook's doing weird things. All right, I'm going to read the words because I've written them, but then I amended them a bit when I typed them, which I often do. All right, so now yesterday I told you about that statement that I saw. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Now, this is especially true because it's that Saturn South node. All right, there are things that we need to let go of for our own benefit. I think that Pluto is going to offer you some truth and clarity. Mars might give you the feelings behind the realization that shit needs to be let go of. All right. So we don't always know what's ahead. And today isn't asking you to know. It's more about clarifying and refining what it is you're asking for. The new moon in Aries with Chiron can bring up old wounds, but it's not to hold you there, or it's to show you how far you've come and where you're ready to begin again. There may be a bit of fog around with the Mercury Neptune conjunction, so don't rush decisions, but it's definitely a feeling your way through it. Your instincts are going to be so important to you today. Underneath it all, we have that Mars sextile Pluto giving you quiet strength. All right, you don't need to push, you just need to act when you feel it's the right time to do that. Past mistakes weren't wasted. They shaped you, refined you, and brought you closer to where you're meant to be. Now, I know so many of you, and you know me, all right, you know me. We're all going through things. And each time we challenge ourselves or we overcome our own limitations, or even acknowledging that we have something that has been a limitation, like that's enough. Just being able to be wise enough and I don't know, old enough to go, oh fuck. Yeah, that's me. I did that. That's been affecting me, but I have the choice to change. All right. So, I mean, like I said, there is a lot, but I think overall, having a WD-40 mentality. Now, how many of you remember what a WD-40 mentality is? All right. So, I will continue. I know, Daniel, you would know this. WD-40 means water displacement 40th attempt. All right, so here is something that this guy has created that we all know WD-40 can fix everything. All right, but it took him 40 attempts to get the right recipe. All right, and then you've got the guy that did the light globes. He, Edison, he had like 1,000 attempts, and he just looked at it was 1,000 ways not to do it. All right, so I think here, where we're in all this Aries energy, which is trying to push us and forge us and make us, go into battle. I think, the fact that we're wiser from our experience, how maybe we can feel into things. There's that Mercury Neptune. I've used the analogy of the spiritual advisor before the knight goes into battle. All right, so we've got Knights Templar. We've got a war that was based on religious perspective. All right, same here. This war is based on finances. This war is comes from this top 1% that are so greedy that they can't not own everything, and us plebs, I mean, look, there are players that we will never know of, and then there's the puppet masters, and then there's the actual clown puppets that we see in real life. But let's go back. Sorry, I went a little bit too far the wrong way then. This is about us and this new moon in Aries. All right. So again, we might be sitting in a quiet contemplative space, asking ourselves what it is we actually require, but we're revved up. All right, the feels are reals. Like we're really in this feeling. So allow that Mars Pluto sextile to give you the opportunity to clarify and make sure that what you're trying to forge ahead towards is the right thing for you. All right, we're not doing old things anymore, they do not work anymore. All right. I mean, obviously, we've got the experience. Um, it's not like all the books we read are going to be wrong, but it's just that the times are changing and we need to change with them. So let's do a card. All right. So because we've still got that, the Uranus, Neptune, Pluto mini grand trine happening, there are shifts and changes that are going to be around for a long time. So, so again, all right. Sorry, I'll shush now. All right, what card is going to be perfect? This one. Oh, yay! We've got a phoenix. Of course we do. Of course we have a phoenix. A firebird is called to soar. This has to be one of my favorite cards of the whole deck. It is card number 28. I absolutely love this one. I think it was on my last year's, it was actually on my last year's vision board. There we go. There we go. And so tonight or today we have our vision board experience as well. So let's have a look at this one. All right. A firebird is called to soar. Being fully yourself, knowing exactly who you are and what you're becoming. You can't make this shit up, can you? Authenticity and shining on behalf of the divine. Do you know who you are? What you truly value, what matters to you, and how you can genuinely feel about things? Can you be that person without worrying what other people think? You are a unique and special being with your own path, your own journey to travel. You have incarnated with a purpose built into your very being, and you don't have to look at it forever. It's inside you, and it has been all along. This is something to celebrate. Just as a great symphony is made up of many instruments, each one is integral to the whole. Your special note is essential to the great song of life. You need to play your note and not someone else's. So, at this moment, being yourself, Speaking up about what's important to you and making choices from an authentic desire to participate is always what is best for everyone. You have come so far in your life. It is time to be proud of who you are and what you have to offer the world. Like a firebird is called to soar, so are you called to express the fullness of yourself and shine. Just remember your true heart. It is okay to be vulnerable. Take off the masks you hide behind, and then and only then can you make an empowered choice to fly. Ready? The Dreamweavers think you are. That is absolutely just so in alignment, guys. It is so in alignment. You know, thinking of all of this fire energy that we've got, and we get the Firebird. All right. So, a lot of this is going to be, questioning ourselves, experiencing the reality of a situation, no matter how hard that truth might feel. If you've been doing the work this whole time, and most of you have been, then this truth might not be something that is a harsh blow. This could just be a easy flow. This could be you, redefining who you are and what you're asking the universe to give you on a daily basis, because you grow and evolve daily. All right. You are allowed to shift your perspective every time you find out something new. We are all continually educating ourselves, and we are allowed to change our perception because of wisdom and knowledge. All right. So, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what's ahead. Like, even I know when I was talking to Tessa yesterday, she was like, "Can you see what's coming?" And I'm like, "No, I absolutely can't. I really, really can't see what's coming. I can see day to day, but when I look into the future, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know." And none of us do. But if we can have a good experience in our every single day, then that is what life is about, because we don't know how long it's going to be here. We don't know how long we're going to be here. Yeah. Like I posted that thing yesterday for the beautiful Gayleen. She's had a health issue that nobody would have known what was going on. So again, I only said her name then so that we can send her the healing vibes that we all have to offer as well. So again, that was just my little side note. I love Gayleen. She's beautiful. So if anybody can offer Reiki to her, then amazing. But yeah, you know, there is a lot. There is a lot. So, in saying that, I'm going to go because in 10 minutes, I get my exam. So, I'm going to go and finish my coffee so Mick can make me another one. I'm going to get myself together so I can rationally look at the questions that I'm being given. And, you know, having having that, having my answers come back this week and getting the results that I got have put me into such a good headspace to just accept what is coming. All right, because the universe is good and wise and loving. So I hope this day finds you in the same similar space where you're confident and brave and you can do these things, even though they might be scary and they might be hard, but you are brave. So, mwah, I love you guys. I am around. I'm going to be busy, but if you need me, I'm here. So have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.